Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we are in Porto in Portugal. Now just dead ahead is the Igreja de Carmo, and it's nestled in the heart of Porto. It's one of the city's most exquisite Baroque and Rococo churches. It was built in the mid 1700s, and this grand structure was once home to the Carmelite Order. They were a community of monks devoted to prayer, silence, and contemplation. Now, the side of the church is covered in, I think it was 11,000 hand-painted Acero tiles. They were added in 1912, and it depicts scenes from the founding of the Carmelite Order. But as beautiful as the church is above ground, its most intriguing stories lie hidden below. Igreja de Carmo is more than a place of worship. It's a time capsule of faith, fear, and mystery. Above the city bustles, but below, history whispers through bone and dust. The church itself was built on land adjacent to the Carmelite church, on the west side given to the order in 1752. As the construction of two churches together was not permitted at the time, the so-called Hidden House of Porto was built between them, separating the two churches, separating the nuns and the monks. It measures just over 1.5 meters wide. It was classified as a national monument on the 3rd of May 2013, together with the adjacent Carmelite church. Now, in recent years, the Order of Carmel has sought to open its vast heritage to the public. Initially, it opened the Casa Escondida, considered by local guides to be the narrowest house in the city of Porto and one of the narrowest in the country. It gradually opened new spaces within the interior, and today the Order of Carmel Tourist Circuit is available. Now, you do have to pay a fee to get inside, but that includes the church, the hidden house, and the secrets that lie beneath, which you will see soon in the video. The facade features a prominent figure, Saint Anne, to whom the Carmelite Order professed great devotion, because, according to the chronicles, she appeared to a group of Carmelites in the early days. She is also the patron saint of this church. Two niches flanking the entrance door are images of the prophets Elijah and Elisha, the two most representative models of the order. On the upper part of the facade, there are spires and sculptures of the figures of the four evangelists. So inside the Carmo church, as we can see here, it has gilded carving on the sides of the chapel and on the main altar. There's several statues and oil paintings. So the iconographic program is related to the Passion, one of the characteristic themes of the Carmelites. So in this case, the images are arranged in a descending order, starting from the agony in the garden, arrest of the Lord, Lord of Cana Verde, Lord on the way to Calvary, and it ends with the crucifixion, the cross as we see in there on the high altar. Now down there lies, I suppose, the most interesting part of the church for myself, and we will be taking a look down there as well. So just to let you know, guys, as well, that due to copyright music played in the church itself, I have to do a talk over. It's extremely busy, and also excuse my pronunciation I don't get it right all the time. So for a very small fee of, I think it was €7 each, you take the whole tour. It's all arrowed, but very, very busy that day. But the most interesting part and eerie part, I suppose, is down below the church. So follow the narrow steps beneath the church and you will enter the crypt, a space of silence, shadows and memory. Here in a dimly lit corner rests one of the most haunting figures I have ever encountered. Just under glass here in the floor, in an alcove, lie the bones of others once buried here. Fragments of lives once devoted to prayer, now resting in somewhat silence beneath the city. So here we can see the full body remains. See the legs, the torso, and then the skull. Quite hard to see through the glass, so apologies for that. We can also see another, probably 3 or 4 more skulls there, and what I believe is a leg bone, probably the femur. And here in this little room, we just see a collection of plates, chalices, and I believe that's the Eucharist there as well. Now this room is probably the most interesting for me, and it's believed to be the mummified remains of a sister, Maria de Jesus, a Carmelite nun. Preserved for centuries, her face is drawn and still. She rests here just under this glass in her coffin. She wears a delicate veil and dress. Her hands remain folded in eternal devotion. That is her feet. No embalming fluid, no modern preservation, just time, dryness, dust, and devotion. So many people believe that her body is a miracle, untouched by decay, for far longer than science would expect. Whether natural or divine, standing before her feels like stepping into a sacred moment, frozen in time. Now, I have to admit that, because of a lot of people coming and going, it was quite loud, unfortunately, but there is an eeriness standing over her body. Also, I will admit, a little bit creepy to look upon her there. So Sister Maria de Jesus, a resident at Veloso Street in Cedofeita parish, died on April the 26th in 1796 and was buried in the main chapel due to the good opinion of holiness under the seat of the Carmelite Order's Reverend Commissioner. Father's burial with number 1 and 50 masses were prayed by her soul. She professed as sister of the Venerable Third Order of Our Lady of Carmo with number 850. Daughter of Manuel Camello Pinto and his wife Maria de Afonseca, niece of the Reverend Canon of Insignia Collegiate of Cedofeita, José Camello. She received her habit on October 8, 1978. So you can take the tour that goes upstairs as well. It's all the one tour. And this brings us up to the Great Hall and to the rooftop as well, which I'm quite excited to see. This is just a very, very short glimpse of the tour that you can take. There is a main hall, a hall of vestments and sacristy, and it allows you a glimpse of the order's rich movable and immovable heritage, which includes paintings and sculptures, vestments and relics. Now, part of the ticket price supports the restoration of the order's heritage assets. And I think that you can visit every single day. You'll have to check out their website to be sure of those times. Right, so guys, we made it up some very, very narrow steps up to the rooftop, looking over Porto. Very, very beautiful. So very, very interesting egregere, the Carmo. Once again, apologies for my pronunciation. But for now, guys, take care. God bless. And until the next adventure, see you soon.